I do want to bring up just stalemates. We got to do a little bit of drama and tea, and you can answer or not answer. But the Joe's fight night seemed to be the moment where it was like, all right, the new guys are in town. Like, you guys are in town. They send Thomas Gilman over there.
Yeah.
There's a clip going around of you and Thomas Gilman going at it.
Yeah,
What was said in that moment?
I'll give you the gist. I'm going to give you the whole story here. So this is really good. I think this would be good stuff. So I'm sitting there, and Thomas Gilman, like he shoulder bumps me from behind, right? And to the point where like I took some steps, and I was like, "What the heck?"
What was your relationship with Gilman at that point?
Gilman, well, again, you got to know, I had just left Iowa, so I'm sure that I'm a traitor. I know how it is inside that room. I'm a traitor. I'm a bunch of other things that are not really who I am, right? So I even kind of got it because, again, at this point, I don't know many years older than I am than him, but a number of years older where I was like, I get it, dude. I know what environment you're in. I know that I'm supposed to be the enemy and you're supposed to be a douchebag, but come on. So he bumps me with his shoulder, and of course I decided, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make sure that he knows that, like, that ain't cool. He can't do that, right? So he goes up and does his thing up on the stage, and it comes off, and I'm like eyeballing him, and I'm like perfectly lining up with him. And I don't remember exactly what I said, but it was something pretty challenging, you know? Like, I don't know, I'm going to make something up. Like, hey, I don't know who the F you think you are.
Right.
But some version of that, right? And he said something like, you've changed. I got a world silver medal. What do you got? And I was like, dude, I'm proud of you, man. And I remember I smacked him on the chest, like, hey, I'm proud of you. Because my message was like, hey, I'm proud of that, dude. Like, and I can be proud of you even though you represent, the other team, because we can be adults, right? Either way, I smacked him on the chest. I'm like, oh, he's going to swing. Because I hit him too hard. Like, I remember being like, oh, no, it's going to happen. But it didn't.
It was literally a backhanded slap, kind of like, or backhanded compliment.
Like,
backhanded compliment. Like that kind of thing.
So either way, we got in each other's face, and it was me just saying, like, dude, like, wait till you grow up. Like, I didn't think that I was being too big of a douche myself, but to finish this story, so this is really where it's really cool for Thomas Gilman. Really cool for Thomas Gilman. Not that I was right and he was wrong in that situation. Everyone's wrong in something stupid like that. But at the last Olympic trials, so he was standing there, and I happened to be standing next to him, and he comes up to me and goes, hey, I was thinking about you this morning. And I was like, you were? I goes, did you think to yourself, don't lose first round like Metcalf did in 16? And he laughed. No. He goes, you remember Nighthawk? I goes, yeah, I remember Nighthawk. He goes, remember what you said about the bubble? Because what I said to him was, I said, hey, once you get out of that bubble, you'll understand, right? You'll understand why you think I'm a traitor, but I'm just a dude. And he said, he goes, hey, you remember the bubble? I goes, yeah. He goes, I get it now. He goes, I get it. I'm sorry about that. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
For him to, obviously he laughed, and he's at Penn State now. So I thought that was pretty neat that he kind of, went out of his way to say, hey, that was probably pretty messed up on both our parts too. And it was all good. We had a good old laugh. And
it's crazy how confrontation can kind of bring that out like many, many years later. And, it probably feels good to like, it's never good to have like a, that feeling you haven't, especially if you're not around someone a whole lot, that you can go and like, whatever they call it, smooth it over or whatever. It probably felt good to. It was all right though. And just like he said, once you're out of that environment, I don't know. I get it. I even forgave him. I was like, I didn't even care. When it happened, I was like, I know what'll happen. We'll get down the road here, and he'll see, I think it's, honestly, I really respect Thomas Gilman for how that ended. And I don't know if I've told him that, but I really did. So I wanted to make sure that I get out there that I know that it looked like a thing, but Thomas Gilman is a good dude. And he was a good dude then. He still is now.